the former president of the United States of America was found guilty on all 34 counts of which he was on trial for. And so we have, for the first time ever in the history of the United States, a felon who is set to be the Republican nominee and stand and be on the ballot when Americans go to the polls in the presidential election. It's unprecedented. It is, in comparative perspective of the many trials that the former president is confronted by, it is the one that many people see to be the least offensive of all the charges. This is of course, the charges relate to his sexual relationship with Stormy Daniels and the payment that he made to her so that she wouldn't speak out, and with the intention of ensuring that Americans weren't aware of this before the 2016 presidential election. So it really is a case that was very much about obstruction of electoral interference on the part of the former president. But it hasn't, for many people, risen to the level of those cases related to the January 6th attacks and assaults on the Capitol, or to the charges against Trump for keeping those intelligence files in Florida. So, but nonetheless, this is very significant. And since for some people, I guess it's become a little bit normalized. People are used to a President Trump who plays by his own rules, who doesn't take note of due process, who had 10 gag orders in the course of this trial and ignored all of them, who was clearly, very temperamental in the courtroom, and seen to be in contempt of court at different points in time. So I think the entire pattern of behavior is quite extraordinary. The findings of him being guilty are extraordinary. The timing is extraordinary. He's going to be sentenced. The sentencings will be announced on July 11th, just days before the Republican National Convention that will take place in Milwaukee. I mean, it's really extraordinary. The problem, of course, is that it's become so normalized to have this kind of figure in the United States, and the entire political context is so phenomenally polarized that what we're seeing now are many Americans talking about the weaponization of the court system against the former president. This language is coming from the Republican Party. It's coming from the former president himself. It's creating a further erosion of trust in institutions, and specifically an erosion of trust in the courts. Donald Trump has attacked the courts on many occasions throughout his presidency and since. But I think that, the thing to just note here is that the trial went forward. It was a fair trial, and it's led to an extraordinary result, every single count. And people really weren't sure how this would come out. So many people thought it would be a hung jury that wouldn't come to a decision, that we might see a mistrial. Right up until the last minute, people really weren't certain how this would unfold.